Hey, my name is Ivy and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome again. Please, thank you for joining me. Stick around. We're going to get into this makeup look. If you're returning, thanks for coming on back. I appreciate you. Today, we are gathered here to talk about one brand, and that brand is Gen C Beauty. I don't know if you've heard of the brand. It's a smaller, relatively new to market beauty brand, so you may or may not have heard of them. But I have been lucky enough to be sent a number of products by the brand and the opportunity to try those products over the course of, I would say, about a year now. So not everything, I haven't been trying everything for a year, but I've been really testing out the brand for, like I said, the better part of a year. And I have formed a lot of opinions and thoughts on the different products that really range good to bad. So I'm here to really share the down and dirty with you about what I think. I always think it's great to do a full face as far as, a brand when they have enough to do that with. The brand doesn't currently have any base products or skincare, so all of that is my own stuff. But then really the bulk of the makeup look is all the one brand. Quick little disclaimer here. So I am not affiliated with the brand in any kind of financial way. My only affiliation with them is that they have sent me a bunch of their products to try. I've been trying them without using my own budget, which is great. It's great for me because I love to try beauty and I don't have an infinite budget to try everything. But there's no financial exchange here, and I'm not an ambassador for them. I don't receive anything for reviewing them. It's really just that it's totally up to me once I've tried the products if I want to share, and if I do, then great, and if not, then that's okay too. Did want to share about them, and I felt compelled to do so, really just because I love a lot of the things that I've tried from this brand, and I thought that it would be fun to share that with you guys as well. Before this video is through, if you could give it a like and maybe even subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I'm here to talk about beauty, and the more people that I get to talk about it with, the better. So if you have a spare second and you feel like doing that thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Not to be a hack, but thank you in advance. So with all of that said, let's get into the makeup look. This is the Gen C Arch Support Brow Powder Gel. That is a lot of words all in a row. It has a little tiny spoolie, as you can see, like this. The brand sent me the shade medium brown, and I laughed when they first sent it to me because I was like, oh no, medium brown, there's no way that's going to be dark enough for me. Little did I know, as soon as I put it on and I used a heavy hand the first time I ever applied it, I was like, whoa, this is dark. Like, they knew it was the right shade for me. I can't believe they even have a shade darker than this because I have no idea how it would look on me if I even tried that one. But this is the shade medium brown, and it does apply kind of like a creamy mousse, but it then does set down into this more powdery gel, which I know sounds really confusing. It's hard to explain, but it works. Is that enough for me to say that it works? It works. It works really well. I like to fill in my brows with my Glossier brow pen and then use this over the top. That's pretty much my daily brow routine, are those two products, and they work really well together, especially for me because I do have sparse brows. This really does help fill and set those areas that are still a little lacking once I've just used the brow pen. And the best way that I've found to kind of like mesh everything together, I'm just looking for my spoolie, is to do a light layer of this and then spoolie them together, which is kind of what I'm gonna do right now, just to make it feel fluffy and cohesive. Again, I'm dying to know how dark is their darkest shade because you can see the one on me is like super duper dark. So anyway, that is the brow gel. I'm gonna go ahead and do my skin prep and my skin base now because at the moment, Gen C does not have any base products. Maybe that's coming, I don't know. I'll be very curious to see what they do. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my base, and then we'll come back and we'll do the rest of the makeup. Base is done, and if you want any of the details about what I used, I'll put them all in the description box below. I am now about to show you my favorite products that they have, and it was hard to choose a favorite because I like quite a few things that Gen Z offers, but I really like their mixed media eyeshadows. Now, I'm gonna call them eyeshadows, but they are safe for your eyes, lips, and cheeks. And they are definitely the kind of product that you can use multi-purpose, and they make them so much more versatile and so much more interesting and just really, really fun to reach for. They started out with a launch that included, I'm gonna show you them, 3 metallics. So these are the 3 shades that they launched with: Bronze Age, First Light, and Desert Highway. So Bronze Age, First Light, and Desert Highway. They are a gorgeous set of metallic neutrals. They make for a fantastic eyeshadow. They make for a really fun highlighter if you want to like a tiny bit. You can mix them in with other products to give them like a little bit of a metallic sheen. You can do a little center on the middle of your lip, and you can give yourself sort of like a lip highlight. They're just really cool, and they're really versatile. Not too long ago, they came out with my absolute favorites. They came out with 2 matte shades, and you think because I'm such a sparkle lover that I would be like more hyped about the metallics than I am about the mattes, but there's something about these 2 matte shades that I just can't explain. They're so satisfying. They're so creamy and beautiful. The colors they chose were just perfect. So these are the 2 matte shades. So this one is called Plush, this brownish cocoa shade, and then this peachier neutral shade is called Reef. I love to use Plush as a base on my eyes for other eyeshadow or by itself. I really love to use Reef on the eyes as well, but I also really like it as a blush. I've also used it on the lips a little bit. I will say that you wouldn't really want to use these as like a full-on lipstick or like a full-on lip stain. They're not really intended that way, but I do like to sometimes blend them in with another lip color just to sort of, you know, if I'm using them elsewhere on my face, blend everything together and keep it really cohesive. I almost forgot. Another really fun thing that you can do with this shade, depending on your skin tone. I mean, for me, I'm fairer, so this works for me. I sometimes use this as a contour shade. It works really, really well. Do just like a little bit there, up there, and blend that in. Just to kind of deepen this area right below my highlight. Okay. But yeah, I love a multi-use product. I'm all for products kind of doing one thing and doing one thing really well, but isn't it even better when one product can do a few things really, really well? But I think I'm gonna do a little bit of Plush, that more cocoa shade, on the outer and inner corners of my eye, and then I'm gonna try and bring one of those metallics into the center for like a really simple kind of glowing halo eye. Let me make sure I have a brush handy so I can blend these out. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like a dab on my outer and inner corner for that halo. Try and leave some open space in the middle. And you can easily use your fingers to apply these as well. You don't have to use a brush. You do have a little bit of playtime before they will fully set. Once you start to shear them out with your brush, you know, obviously you're kind of shearing them out and setting them down. So they will start to dry, but you definitely have, like I said, a little bit of time before they like fully set. Blend that in. And you can see just such a lovely, lovely shade. I'm gonna bring a little of this same shade under my eye as well. Let's just go a little bit grungier. I think I'm gonna do First Light, which is that sort of almost pinky champagne shade, just because it has the most light to it. and I really want this to kind of feel like a true halo eye. One of the other things that I really like about these products is that they have a nice, really nice, very light scent to them. They smell a little like vanilla, but not in an overwhelming, sickly way, in like a really, really nice way, where basically like every time I open them and I get a whiff of that scent, I'm like, oh, that smells really good. Dollop of this right in the center. And then I'm gonna tap that out again. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try and replicate this on the other eye, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about mascara. I have thoughts. Okay, so that is both of my eyes done. So now I'm gonna go in and do mascara. Now, I have thoughts about the mascara, and I thought that this would be a really important thing for us to chat about. Sometimes when you see rave reviews of a brand from someone that you trust and they seem to have no faults with anything, you're like, can I really trust what they're saying? I really love 99% of the things from this brand that I've tried. I really honestly do. The mascara, unfortunately, is not my favorite. This is called the Spectator Sport Mascara. It has a very thick, let me show you the wand, a very thick kind of, what's it called? Like curvy tube. So it has, or a curvy wand. It has a bump, and then it goes thinner in the middle, and then it has another bump. So it's also not like a plastic, I mean, I think it's a plastic wand, but it almost has like more of those brush-like fibers to it. It's not like a combing kind of wand. I have tried this mascara a few times, and it's not the worst, but it didn't really do anything for me. It didn't really give my lashes enough of a boost where I was like, wow, I love how my lashes look. And it didn't give them enough of a separation where I felt that it was like very defining, kind of lengthening. It just kind of looked okay. That is my honest opinion. I think that it's fine. I think if you're looking for a mascara to try, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not gonna necessarily wow you. It didn't really wow me. Not everything is a winner, and maybe this is great for other people. It's just maybe not my thing. Mascara, I think, is a very personal thing. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna put on the mascara. You'll be able to see for yourself, make up your own mind what you think about it. So that is lashes done. Lashes are done. And that means eyes are done. And that means it's time to talk about blush. These are technically lip and cheek colors. They're called the Clean Sheen. I have 2 shades right now, and they are the 2 new shades that were just launched by the brand. They have 3 original shades, and then they just came out with these literally, I think it came out on Valentine's Day. So I have the shade Dragonfruit, which I will show you, and the shade Coconut, which I will show you. Coconut is like this gorgeous glazy chocolatey brown, and Dragonfruit is this intensely vivid Dragonfruit pink. They're both beautiful. These are very similarly packaged to the Glossier Cloud Paints, if you're familiar with that. They're not fully opaque, but they have more opacity to them than the Glossier Cloud Paints. I feel like when you put the Glossier Cloud Paints on, they do tend to give you this like very beautiful, almost watercolory effect to the cheeks. And because these are both a lip and cheek product, although I tend to use them a little bit more on my cheeks, they just have a little bit more opacity to them. This is the shade Dragonfruit. As you can see, it's this beautifully vivid, gorgeous, stunning pink. And then this is Coconut. And I'm gonna mix these two together for like a more of a custom cheek color today. So coconut right on top there. It is I just keep thinking of it as like a chocolate donut glazy brown. It's really, really pretty. So I'm just mixing these two together on the back of my hand, just with my finger. And this is what I'm coming up with. Isn't that a beautiful color? So I'm just gonna use a little stippling brush today and apply these to my cheeks. You could use your fingers, whatever works for you. And these definitely blend out really nicely. I would say you do have to work a little quickly just because, like I said, they're a little bit more pigmented than like the Glossier cloud paints. So you don't have all the time in the world to play with them before they set down, especially if you're putting on like a nice sheer layer, but you can blend them out really nicely and get that like very diffuse look. Wait till you see the lipstick, y'all. It's good. I actually have all the shades of the lipstick because they spoiled me and they sent me all of the shades. So I have all of the shades of the lipstick. I love, like I said, I love a multi-purpose product. I'm just saying that my preference personally is that I tend to use this product more on my cheek than I do on my lips, but they are really, really fun to play around with and like mix around again with other products, other colors, other things that you want to like mix together. Okay, so that's cheeks done, eyes done. So I guess that brings us to lips. Let's get into it. I just added a little bit of powder to my face with these new filming lights. You can really see the shine coming through in my skin, which is not a bad thing. You know I like glow, but it was a little too much glow. So we added a little bit of powder, and I also put a little bit of gloss on my lips because we are about to talk about matte lipsticks. I'm sure you're thinking, or you might be thinking, when's the last time I got excited about a matte bullet lipstick? Spoiler alert, I really like these. I really like these bullet matte lipsticks in a way that I was not necessarily anticipating that I would. They kind of snuck up on me as a, ooh, this is really nice. And they're doing this the right way. If I was gonna come out with a matte bullet lipstick, this is what I would do. I hate those super, old school kind of like liquid, intensely drying liquid matte lipsticks that they used to have. I'm sure they're still around, but they're just not my thing. If anything, I'm gonna reach for a balm or a satin finish lipstick, something with a little bit of gloss to it. I'm rarely worried about long wear, so that's just a little bit about me and my preferences. But when these lipsticks arrived, I was like, oh, interesting. I haven't tried like a matte bullet lipstick in a while. I wonder what I'll think of these. And I do really, really like them. They launched with 4 shades originally of the Pick Me Up matte lipstick. And then when the new ones launched back a few months ago, they sent me all 4 of the new shades as well. So I now have all 8 of the current shades in the range. I'm going to insert a photo I took of, I swatched all of them on my arm on Instagram stories. I'll put that over here so that you can see kind of all the shades compared. I'm not going to do swatches right now. I'm not going to do lip swatches. I also have 2 Instagram stories where I believe I do all the lip swatches. I'll find those. I'll link them below if you're curious to see all of the shades on me. I wanted to just pick one today to feature. It was a really hard decision to make because they are all so good. But I decided that I'm going to go for the shade Naomi. This is one of the newer ones to come out. So it is a red, but it is a very, very beautiful sort of brick type red. I'm probably gonna just do straight from the bullet onto my lips. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'll take a brush and I'll do that first. But I think we're just gonna go for it today. So that is Naomi fully applied. It is extremely opaque, takes absolutely no time to build up. My lips feel super hydrated right now. Part of that is because I did put on a little lip balm first, so that's helping. But even if I didn't put any lip balm on, these are still fairly hydrating for a matte lipstick. They do eventually dry down a bit more. Mine will probably dry down a bit less because, again, I put a balm underneath it. But they do dry down. They never get fully dry. Or at least in my experience, they'll come off before they get fully dry. Now, for me, that's a plus. I'm not looking at this as like a long wear option. If you're like, oh, I need a lipstick that is not gonna come off and it's not gonna go anywhere and it's gonna last all day and I'm gonna be able to eat a sub with it and no problems, like this isn't gonna be your choice. But if you would like a lovely medium wear lipstick for half a day's coverage and you want to see a beautiful range of shades, Gen C Pick Me Up Matte Lipstick will be your friend. Again, they had 4 shades that they launched with originally. They came out with the 4 new ones. I think the 4 new ones are absolutely beautiful. Margaret is probably my favorite shade from the original launch. It's that more neutral, like it's got more brown to it, kind of light. It's like a pink, but it's got more of a brown neutral tint to it. It just tends to be something that I can easily reach for every day and it will go with any look, and it's a standby in my collection. The Pick Me Up Matte lipsticks overall are great. I'm very curious to see where the brand will go next. Like, I have no idea what they're gonna come out with. I feel like every time they've launched something, I'm like, oh, that's interesting, or oh, I'm glad they're expanding the range. And so I'm always just like surprised by what they're doing, and in the best possible way. I think that they're doing it slowly, intentionally, with a lot of thought about what they can bring that's special and unique for their brand. They are just like thoughtfully curating a really nice range of cosmetics, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. I'm realizing that once I put that lipstick on, I may need a little more blush. I feel like I'm looking a little tiny bit washed out. So I'm gonna get a little bit more of the blush off my hand and onto my cheeks, and then I think we'll be done. Okay, here we are with the finished makeup look. I really had a blast doing that. I know I say that at the end of every look, but there's something really comforting about when you've worked with products for a while and you know how they perform and you know how they're going to look and work, that you just have fun putting them on your face. And that's how it felt today. It felt like coming home, like doing a very relaxing, chilled out makeup look. And the red lip is just like, it's good. Come on, you got to admit. So the packaging of the brand is something that I also really want to talk about. I love the colors that they chose for all the packaging. They've really gone deep as far as sustainably sourcing materials to make all of their packaging. They've thought about how to make everything recyclable. They've really put a lot of energy into making this an extremely sustainable brand with very ethically sourced materials for both the components and the formulas. It's kind of amazing. They've done a fantastic job. I just love the color palette of the brand. These sort of like vintage retro colors that just really stand out on your vanity and I think are super cute. I think, considering that their priority has been sustainability and ethically sourced materials, that they are still bringing a lot of like design sass to the table. Like, I love how these things look. I like how they look on my vanity. I don't think that they're losing any zhuzh at all by being, you know, green and in all the ways that they want to be. And you can see their boxes too have these like really fun color blocking pieces to them that I just think are great. I'm a big fan. We're also going to pretend that I didn't just get blush that was still on my hand all over my new pants. We're going to pretend like that didn't just happen. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me and watching, if you did watch this whole video. I really do think that Gen C is an awesome brand. I think they have a really good future ahead of them. I'm very curious to see what they do next, and I'm very, very, very grateful to them for sending me so many amazing products to try out and give my honest and full opinion and thoughts on. If there's anything that I didn't talk about with regards to a specific product, please hit up the comment section. Let me know. I'm always happy to chat there. On Instagram, you can hit me up in my DMs, and I'm, again, always happy to chat. So with that, I hope to see you in the next video. I can't wait to film more and share more with you guys, and we'll talk soon. All right, bye.